My name is Martha Patino, and I will be talking to you about organ donation. Did you know that 20 people die every day because they are in need of an organ? Yes, the numbers are very sad, but true. It could happen to any of us. Years ago, my mother went into renal failure due to an illness, and she had to have a kidney transplant. Luckily, there was a kind donor, and she received, like I said, a kidney transplant. That is why I feel like I am the right person to talk to you about this, because I have had hands-on experience with this. Like I said, I don't feel like I'm an expert, but I have lived with her through this along with my family, and I have informed myself about the matter. And it is very important that we all become educated and informed about organ donation. Today, we will be talking about what is organ donation, who can become a donor, and how to become a donor. So, what is organ donation? Organ donation is a surgical procedure where the organ donor, most of the time who is deceased, will have the organ removed from their body and put into the person who is going to be receiving the organ. This is done, of course, in a hospital after a process of that is done through UNOS, and there is a process of elimination and goes through a long process of who will be receiving the organ, and it is a great gift of life. So, who can become a donor? Anybody can become a donor. Don't forget that there are people all the way from newborns all the way to older people who are in need of organs. There have been donors from newborns all the way to 90-year-old citizens, senior citizens, I'm sorry. There is people of all ages in need, people of all races, religion. It doesn't matter what medical condition you have, what race you are, what age. It doesn't matter. If you shall have a medical emergency that shall cause you to go into organ failure, an organ transplant might be your only chance of survival. So it is very important that we know how the process works. So now that I have talked to you about what an organ transplant is and who can become a donor, let's talk about how to become an organ donor. So you can become an organ donor by filling out a form after whenever you go to get your driver's license. When you're the right age, they will ask you if you want to become an organ donor, and there is a registry that you fill out, and you can say that you want to become a donor. You can do it that way. If you are under the age, there is also a form or a process you can go through, and of course your legal guardian or your parents will have to give the okay for that. Another way that you can do it is if you fill out a medical power of attorney saying that you want to become an organ donor. Another way that you can become, the other way the other thing you need to do is you need to make your family aware and your friends of your wishes, because we never know what could happen, and they need to be aware in case of an emergency. They need to know what you want, because we never know what can happen tomorrow. And so now that we have talked about what an organ donation is, who can become a donor, and how to become a donor, it is very important that you know that being informed is the most important thing. One person can say 8 lives. Isn't that so amazing that we can have the power to save and change so many lives? So why not do it? Because it could be you, it could be me, it could be your child, it could be a friend, it could be anybody. So you are informed now, so